that some of you other guys are hard to hear. I'm gonna try to adjust the volume
Yeah, it's
on
very hard.
everyone else.
Very hard to hear you when you dip away. At least on my phone. So
I'm getting that too.
Oh, on my side?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it sound
Sounds
good right
good when you're
here?
up close.
Yeah, that's good there.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can change the volume for you guys.
Ah, there's Clint. I thought you were fishing, dude.
Hey, there we go.
It made me freaking download the stupid app.
Hey, well, you sound good. You're there. Oh,
He's gone.
oh, there you are.
I had to
We've
clean
got
my.
the DHS in the building. Look
You
at
got
that.
Charles will tell you how gay that is.
What's up, boys?
I
Look at
sure
Clint's
will.
name on here.
What's up, boys?
You undercover, Clint?
What? No.
Department of Homeland
Hey,
Security V2.
Yeah, that's so no one fucks with my Wi-Fi or anything.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's great.
That's why Rado's name is iPhone 5.
Can't change it, guys. Is there any geek over there? Let me know. I tried everything.
Where's the Geek Squad at?
Yeah.
All right. It looks like we are all good to go. I turned up the volume here. And all right, I think that's better for the guys on the live stream here. So we are ready to get rocking and rolling here. So let's go. All right. So for all of you watching here on the stream, if you guys you're not familiar with the contest, basically what this is a event that is circled around building or transforming your bike from broke to built, just like the title says. So basically over the last 6 months since November, these guys in the top 8, or all the guys in the contest, have been putting in the work, transforming their bikes, just doing everything from coatings and rebuilding engine, suspension, just all the fun stuff that you see with these builds. And now here we are, and we've got the whole panel here. We're gonna run through these top 8, and today we're gonna be narrowing it down to the top 4. And towards the end of the video, we also have a pretty cool surprise for all of you, including the judges. This is gonna be wild. You guys don't be sweating it. It'll be fun. So after all the picks are done, Charles, you act like you know something there.
Yeah, I've never heard of her.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, he's just getting a back rub right now.
Yeah. Yes. Something is poking me on my backside. It's kind of weird. I don't know what it is.
It looks like a stiffy boner.
Hey, you both look happy over there, so that's the weird part.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I mean, this guy just won a bike, and I'm getting a back rub. So, I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, that explains it. So, all right. So we've got something pretty cool towards the end of it. Once we all make our picks, we've got a little checklist here. Basically, we have our panel of judges here, just absolute legends from right to left. We have, I don't know if you guys can see here on the stream, we've got Dave right up here, chilling in his office. Say hi, Dave. Next, we've got.
How's it going, everybody? Happy to be here.
Hi, Haley.
Yeah.
That's your OnlyFans. Leave it alone.
Hey, now, oh man, I got some digging to do after this. We got Greg Hitchko. Right
What's up,
there.
fellas? Ready to make or break some hearts tonight.
Yep. And to the right of him, we have Charles Lytle.
What up? Austin and I are on deck.
And next in the line is Clint Lund, also known as the Department of Homeland Security, V2.
Yeah. How's it going, boys?
Don't mess with his Wi-Fi.
Nope.
And we've got Matt Berger over here.
What's up, guys?
He's got the setup dialed this time.
Yeah, a little bit better quality this time.
Thank you,
And
Lord.
over here is Rado from Dirt and Iron.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm undercover today. iPhone 5. That's me.
iPhone 5. So we are ready to rock and roll. And before we get going, I do have to give a big shout out to Rocky Mountain for putting this or helping with this event. They were very instrumental in making this event happen this year with giving out some of the prizes. So big shout out to them. If you guys need any parts or gear, chemicals, whatever, they got you covered. So they helped out big time. But we've got some bikes to check out here. So I'm going to jump on the screen share, and first we're going to play the videos, the before and after videos of these builds in the top 8. And we're going to go through these judges, and they are going to make their picks. So got some fun stuff here. Let me switch over. All right. Believe.
Oh,
see.
damn.
Hey, look at this guy. Look at that sand.
Is that Trey Kennard?
It's gotta be That's a-
Red
that's-
Alpine stars before they were cool.
old ass
That's a
picture. Okay.
purposeful move.
Yeah.
He had to change his background just for this video.
Oh, my bad.
All righty.
Oops.
So matchup number 1. Producer, does this all look good?
That's great.
See, we're running on a pretty high level program. We've got a producer over here sitting on a lawnmower. So
Whoa.
I wish I could show him here, but he's over there camped out. I kind of envy his position.
Is he part of the surprise? We get our own producer if we win or something.
He might be a part of it. We'll see. I mean,
I'll take the lawnmower.
yeah. That-
You could
we
do
might
a
bust out
build.
the lawnmower too. Might do a lawnmower build. So
Oh man.
all right. So first matchup is Glen's KTM 1100 versus Cody's YZ250. We're gonna play the before and after here. Did everyone see that all right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, looks good here.
Oh,
One really got that thing crusty looking.
I'd rail the hell out of it still.
amazing.
Jeez.
All
All
engine,
that
man.
work.
The amount of
Nothing but
work.
engine.
This one caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting anything like this.
No.
My favorite part about this is that the tires are used. He cleaned and reused the tires.
Right.
He was on
Like Burt
budget.
Monroe.
Pretty much break even on it.
You guys see that? You guys see the gas tank on this one? Look at that thing. That thing is
Baseball bat right there.
Yep.
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing was hit.
Uh,
I wonder if he bought
That's
it this
sludge.
way, or it was just kind of showed up in parts. Or
What I read was that he had disassembled it before he knew about the contest. So he had brought it
Right,
together and then disassembled it, then saw the contest and was like, "Oh, let's do it."
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I saw as well.
Perfect.
It was a
timing.
good.
all right. So you want to get Nick? You want to get a piece of paper so we can keep track of the scores? Yeah. So this is Cody's YZ. So that's before and after these two bikes in matchup number 1. Let me jump back up on the. All right. I'm back. So we're going to make some picks here. We're going to start with Dave since he's first on the screen. And
Alright. Gonna pick.
what's that?
Do I just say which one I want to win, or do I talk about them?
Yeah, so we're going to try to keep it somewhat short. Basically, just make your pick. And if you want to add some context to why you made that pick, feel free. If not, then, we can do it just however you guys want. So,
Okay, my pick. Glen's 1100. So hard for me to say. I swear I'm getting Crohn's disease just from this little, because I love that YZ 250, but the amount of effort and forethought that went into Glen's bike, I mean, down to the custom rear shock to make it work, the supermoto front end to make it work. And I can't even imagine the amount of detail that he went into that engine. That's ridiculous. But Cody, I love your YZ. I'm old school, and that thing it's phenomenal. I could go on and on about your YZ, but at the end of the day, for me, I got to go with Glen's 1100.
good pick. Can't go wrong either way. So let's move on to Charles here.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the YZ250. It's a super clean resto. It's pretty much perfect. Like everyone said, with the modern twist, it's just got a little bit. It's just a little bit more, not a little bit more. It is more finished. It's more complete. Everything's there. Everything looks right. The thing's ready to ride. I want to ride it. That does not discredit at all of Glen's hard work. The custom aluminum tank, the big ass engine hanger and cradle he's got in there. Everything Dave mentioned. It's an awesome bike, but I'm a sucker for that YZ, and that it's ready to go. It's like really complete. So I dig that.
Yep. We're gonna move on to Rado. What you got, Rado?
All right. I have to go with the YZ250 too, because looking at 1100, it's just an amazing thing what he did, right? The idea, all the hard work and everything, it's really great. Now YZ, as Charles said, it's complete. It's something that I want to jump on that thing and I want to spin the laps on my track. Now I don't really know what I would jump on that other bike. So it's just a little bit different thing. And on the 1100, there was tons of work that went into that bike, but there are a couple little details that I can still see. So it's really tough because these bikes are amazing, both of them, and we are judging things that are very close to each other. But I would have to go with YZ250 because I think that's just a tiny bit better, in my opinion. And as I said, I can jump on that thing and just go riding the track.
Yeah, likewise. Let's go to Greg.
I'm going to have to do +1 for the YZ250 category. Again, Glen, the bike was just, the amount of work that you put into it was just insane. I think I read in the description that you had 60 hours into cleaning that engine, and I don't think I've ever done anything for 60 hours. So the amount of time and focus that you needed to do that and just to modify that frame and everything, the bike is just a little bit incomplete. I think, Cam, you said it in the last video, no graphics. The pipe underneath is yet to be finished. I think I missed the electrical harness, didn't see any spark plug wires on it, maybe fuel lines. A couple things just missing there, but I'm a sucker for the complete restoration of the YZ. It's really clean, all the vapor blasting done to it. Again, I just want to swing a leg over it like the other guy said. So YZ for me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go next here. Both from a transformation perspective, say they're pretty close. Like Cody started from a pile of parts and built something really cool out of it, and Glen had a complete bike and just completely transformed it. So from a transformation perspective, both were very equal in my book. And so the deciding factor for me was really come down to the fit and finish. And Cody's bike was finished and ready to ride. He had the thing fired up in the video and said you could see he was all done. Glen's bike, if he would have just, I know it's 6 months, is such a tight schedule there to get that thing done. If he would have just had a little bit more time, I feel like he would have been able to get that thing done and had a complete finished product there. So with that being said, I am going to have to go with Cody. All right, so who we got left? We've got Matt.
On the last one?
I think we still have Clint too.
We got Clint, yeah.
Oh, we've got Clint as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead real quick. My vote would have been for Glen's EXC1000, but as Cameron just said, my vote goes away and goes to Cody's YZ125 for this one, strictly because the build is finished. Glen put so much work into that bike, creating it to what it is. And the thing that stuck out to me most was how he did it on a budget. You see so many of these builds where everybody just buys a ton of parts or sends a bunch of the stuff out. And Glen did all the work himself. He stayed on a budget and he really restored everything. Like I said, the used tires, everything like that. But he didn't complete it. Like Greg said, with the electrical harness and, a couple of the little things, like we didn't see it ride ready. We didn't see it started. So for that reason, Cody's bike, just like everybody said, that thing is ready to go. It looks sweet. He did an amazing job, and I'm giving my vote to Cody's YZ250. All
right, so we got a little landslide for Cody here. We're gonna finish off with Clint. What you got, Clint?
Yeah, I'm not gonna change that. I'm saying YZ250 just because first round I gave it to that EXE 1100 against that CR 125 only on the basis that CR 125 to me wasn't broke. Some might disagree, but that taking that total rebuild on the 1100 was more of a broke aspect to build. Now comparing it to the YZ, the YZ before was way more broke, inoperable, hole in the tank, destroyed engine. That's broke to build. YZ 250. Congratulations.
All right. So we have a score of 6-1 in favor of Cody there. So Cody's going to move on to the top 4. Congratulations, Cody. You built an incredible YZ 250. And of course, Glen, I want to commend you on an incredible build as well. I think you won a lot of people over just with that awesome creativity there. And I'm looking forward to seeing that bike fully finished and running. So I'll be looking out for videos of that, but we're going to move on to round 2. So let me pull up the round 2
Good job,
matchup
Glen.
for the second matchup here. Matchup number 2 is Mitch's CR500 versus
I love this bike.
Marcus's CRF 250.
I love that bike too. This is getting harder.
Yeah.
No, this is hard.
Yep.
I'm not happy about the final matchup either, Cam.
It's really gonna tear us apart, I think.
Oh yeah.
Some of these are definitely gonna be 4-3.
Perfect.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
It's so good. It is. Oh, I want to ride that thing so bad.
Dave, are those
I want to hang
covers
it on in my garage.
aftermarket?
What's that?
Are those covers
want to hang
aftermarket?
it.
this thing was so
are
busted.
the covers aftermarket?
On the
Dude,
500.
did you guys?
That was hard to tell. I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the rust? Look at the rust. Did you see the rust on the timing chain? And then look at oh, that's so
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, that thing's absolutely roached. Look at that big
Oh.
hole.
That lived outside for sure.
Did you get new engine for this thing, or at least cases?
I wanted to see the rest of the bike too.
I would have assumed he got new cases. I don't know. I didn't see anything if he got it welded or not, but
Look well.
I couldn't tell. He didn't like get under
Yeah.
it, but I'm guessing he found some on eBay or something.
It's so hard to weld those cases and make them seal.
Right.
This bike's a beauty.
Damn.
That's matchup number 2. We've got the 2-stroke versus the 4-stroke.
Damn.
500 versus the 250. All right, let's start with Clint here. Clint, what do you think on this setup?
Oh, I'm such a 500 guy. This sucks for me, but that CRF is just so complete and it's so done right. I mean, suspension, AHM, he went the full gambit, full rebuild on the motor. I saw his video too. He posted today on, I think, IG or something like that. Him out ripping it in the dirt and having a good old time. And that tugs at my heartstrings. So CRF or CRF 250 for me, guys.
All right. Matt, what are you thinking on this one?
You know what? This one was tough for me because Mitch did a absolutely fantastic restoration. I mean, the thing was perfect. But I'm going to have to go ahead and vote for Marcus's CRF 250 on this one, just because he went a little bit creative, a little bit outside the box, did the red on those forks, and his thing was one of the brokest bikes in this competition. And I think he did a fantastic job at bringing it back to life and then adding a little bit to it. And he did it really, really well, subtle, clean, and I think it turned out awesome. So my vote is going to Marcus's CRF 250.
All righty, moving on. Greg, let's hear your thoughts.
These are 2 bikes that I chose to move on in the first round. So again, just incredibly hard.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give the nod to the 500 though. It's just one of those bikes that I can literally see in a museum, kind of like I said in the first video. As much as Marcus's 250F was hammered at the start of it, and I absolutely love it. I want to swing a leg over that bike too. The amount of custom work I feel like went into the 500. You can't really buy those parts or the gas tank, the restoration that went into it. And for those reasons, giving the nod to the 500.
All right. So for my pick, man, Marcus's bike was just shot like all you guys saw, and did a pretty awesome job, you know, through and through with the transformation there. I would have liked to see the rest of the bike in the before video. That would have, I guess, told us more about it, the condition prior to him building it. And the fit and finish on Mitch's 500 was just immaculate. Like, there's nothing I would touch on that bike. There's nothing I don't think there's even a speck of dirt on it. I mean, it looks like something he would just sit in his living room with. So I'm going to have to go with Mitch on his 500. That bike is just, when you see it, it just grabs your attention. And I think that's really what separates it for me, is like those colors, that year range, just, I don't know, it does something to me. So I'm going for Mitch's 500 here. All right, so
All tied up.
Yep.
And we've got Dave. Dave, what are you thinking?
All right, this again was difficult because I feel like there's two stories that are missing from both of these bikes. We didn't get to see the entire bike of the CRF, and I didn't get to see, you know, we've got a picture of Mitch's bike, you know, with the old desert tank, and, you know, it was pretty rough, needed a new rear fender. But at the end of the day, Mitch took all of his OEM hardware, because you can't find this stuff. He took all of his OEM hardware, got it all replated, looks phenomenal. The swing arms, a swing arm from an 87 CR500. Normally it looks, yeah, it looks terrible, and it looks immaculate. It looks brand new. So I got to go with Mitch. I got to go with Mitch's CR500. Just, I'm a history buff. It's a 1987. Resourcing parts is impossible. But shoot, that CRF 250 is beautiful. It looks like an Ernesto Fonseca factory Honda at the end. But with the stories that I feel like we're missing, and then the end results, I got to go with Mitch. Slightly. Good job.
It's getting close. It's getting spicy in here. All right, Rado.
All right. You know,
All right.
these guys are starting with two different bikes, very different bikes. Like Mitch, I think Mitch has a little advantage because he's doing CR500, right? That's a king right there. And Marcus is on CRF 250 2006. Honestly, there is nothing like super special about that bike, right? Every other kid has it now at the track. So it's a little easier for Mitch to come on the top, to be honest, because the bike is just CR500. It's I want to get one. They're hard to find, right? And you know, one thing I did when I was looking at Mitch's CR500, Googled CR500 1987, and his bike came up. So the bike just, I would even say that the Mitch's bike probably looked better than the bike that I Googled that was original, you know, from 1987. And man, you guys said it all. You guys said it all already. Parts for CR500, impossible to find or very difficult to find. So you have to restore your OEM. You have to do a lot of work, elbow grease, all that. You need to be creative to make it look brand new. For CRF 250, you can jump on Rocky Mountain ATVMC and you can order your parts, right? So it's a little bit different in that aspect as well. So I think it did take way longer for Mitch to sort everything out. And you know, at the end of the day, just looking at a CR500, and that's something I want to have in my living room. Seriously, it's beautiful. Like the finish, the color, the details, it just looks amazing. And it's not fair to CRF 250, but CR500 is a king. And the way Mitch did it, it's really amazing. There is nothing that I would do differently. It's really beautiful. So I would have to go with CR500 as well.
think that pushes Mitch over the edge. He has 4 votes, but we're gonna end with Charles to get his thoughts on this. It could be a 4-3. We'll see.
Yeah, man.
All right, Charles.
CR 500. It's a done deal. Everybody spoke their piece. It's immaculate. It's like flawless. There ain't a speck of dust on it. All the restoration is perfect. I wouldn't change a thing except for, we've already talked to Mitch about reincorporating the Bud Light or Coors Light rather heat shield on the radiator hose.
Right.
That is one miss for me. But for Marcus, man, yours is the bike I would want to own and ride. It's very, very tastefully done, simple, clean. It's something I would want in the stable. And having said that, man, congratulations on building yourself a badass bike. It was really cool seeing you ride it on Instagram today. It was cool to see AHM share that. And congratulations to the CR 500.
All right, that puts us at 5-2 in favor of Mitch. And Mitch, you built an incredible bike, like we all saw there. And Marcus, you got to walk away pretty happy. You got an awesome bike to go enjoy, and it was cool seeing you ride that thing. So Mitch is moving on with the 500, and we have another matchup here to check out. Matchup number 3 is going to be Joel's KTM 250 SX versus Charles's KX 250.
Can't believe this dude did this blind too.
Yeah, just such a cool story with the whole deal with the build and with Joel himself.
Yeah,
Bike's beat.
it's just beautiful.
The vet guys really want that orange Kickstarter though.
Oh, yeah.
Give it back. Comes with a KTM umbrella. Yeah, I was telling Cam earlier, you guys got to go watch Joel's video from our 16-8. His hands are shaking. It's really cool. It's very touching.
Yeah, I
What
watched
his
it.
hands are doing now.
Yeah, yeah. I know what my hands are doing.
Dude, this was Marcus's CRF 250 was a close second, but I think this bike takes the biggest broke award
I thought the
of the
65
contest.
was pretty close, bro.
Oh, the 65 was close.
This was the worst.
We'll just say that
It's like
Cowie's won.
Larry Linkoggle took it camping and forgot about it.
There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Very nice.
1995.
Doesn't look like it.
No. I did a 95 on my channel too. Those things are, again, impossible to get parts for. Props. I mean, you could find some accessories, sure, but
right.
internal engine parts, if it's not available through Wrench Rabbit, Wiseco, whatever, good luck.
Yeah, you're searching.
So that's matchup number 3. We've got a 250 on 250 battle here, both 2-strokes, and both came from pretty deep places. So pick number 1. Let's go with Greg.
I had a feeling that you were going with me for this one, so I don't know why. I just felt it. So I was like, I better get ready.
You reel it in.
I feel like both of these bikes had pretty much the same amount of work and detail that went into them. The Cerakoting, the powder coating, they kind of both went their own way with the themed colors. I absolutely love Joel's KTM. If there was a KTM that I were to ever do, I'm going to steal some ideas for Joel's color pattern, because I love the white and the gray and the gray and the black, and then just the subtle touches of orange. I think that looks really clean. The KX 250, that thing was just bomb. Just so to see that transformation come through again with all the Cerakoting, the little bit of, I think it went a little bit overboard with the brown Cerakote on the brake pedal and then the carburetor for me, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have to go with the KX 250 just because of how bad and roached out it was beforehand.
That surprised me.
Yeah.
I can tell, Charles.
That was hard, man.
Greg likes his cowies.
I do.
He does, yeah.
All right, Rado, who you got?
All right. Actually, this one is it's pretty clear for me. This one, I just love that KTM 250SX. First time I saw the bike, dude, it's just such a nicely done bike with all the details and how the colors, how they contrast, and the little orange pieces and then the gray and the coating he did. It's just enough, is just right. Like I can be looking at that bike all day long. It's really great looking bike. And also the way it looked in the beginning, I don't even know how you trash 2014 bike to that
Exactly.
extent. I really don't know. Like I have no idea. But it probably wasn't Joel trashing it, right? He was just the one saving it.
Right.
So yeah, I'll have to go. The KX is amazing. The amount of work that went to KX, it's just amazing too. But the end result, if I have them, against each other, I would pick that SX. It's just an amazing looking bike. So Joel, good job, man.
Right. Clint, what are you thinking?
I wonder if his hands are shaking right now,
Can we get a live update on?
Yeah,
on
get live on
here?
Joel. Just I don't know.
Call him
Joel,
up.
text me, Joel. I'll tell him what's going on.
Let's just start with Joel. Just we're talking about it. I mean, it was roached. It was bad. I agree. That's some really improper ownership prior to getting to Joel. But I've seen them. And they're they're not hard to find. That roached out, but the transformation was just above par. It was so good. He touched everything on that thing and loved every single piece. The KX 250, I have to agree with Greg on this one. A little over the top on the burnt bronze. I'm a big burnt bronze fan too, but it seemed like this guy was just like throwing parts in the cleaners and just, what am I doing this one? What color am I doing this one? And between armor black and burnt bronze, it's like I would like to see a little bit more just brushed aluminum or black. Joel, you got it for me, dude. So that one really just I would personally love to have that bike. Well done on every piece and tying all the coatings together. I think what would have done it for me too is if that KX 250, if he had spent some money on the suspension, really bringing that 22, that brand new KX 250 kind of feel to it. As far as like doing an update or an upgrade on suspension, go to something 48 millimeter, then I probably would have changed my mind right there. But that's how nitpicky we're getting in this contest, guys.
All right, another one for Joel. And we did get an update on Joel here. He posted on the stream. His hands are shaking. They're shaking right now.
Oh, I bet.
Good.
It's getting good. He's got a 2-1 lead, but we're gonna head over to Matt. You are up next.
All right. So this one for me is pretty clear as well. Just right out of the gate, I'm going to be voting for Joel's KTM. I mean, that thing, you guys said it all the way across, was just absolutely immaculate. He did such a good job at just making the perfect build come together. Reasons being that I did not vote for the KX, like we said, with the bronze, and it wasn't necessarily the overdoing it on the bronze Cerakote for me, but if you look into it, the springs on the brake, or even the adjuster on the shock of the rear shock, that stuff looked like it was coated and Cerakoted too. I would have really liked to see him pull that stuff apart, keep that spring or those shock adjusters, the raw original color, and then, put it back together rather than just, doing all of it, all at once. So with those little things, just looking at Joel's KTM, I think that he just went, above and beyond on the attention to detail. So for this round, Joel is getting my vote.
All right, another one for Joel. We are going to head over to Dave. What are you thinking, Dave?
What am I thinking?
Yeah,
I'm thinking that Joel absolutely killed it. And in the other round, he was against an 89 KX 125, and I voted for the 89 KX 125 because I have both immaculate masterpieces. But Joel, dude, your KTM 250, I mean, down to the inlays on the colors on the motor, it's beautiful. The KX, hell of a transformation. Like I said, thing was as beat as it gets. I'm old school. I would love to see, I think a 95 KX 250 in stock form is one of the most beautiful dirt bikes ever made. The lines, everything. So the old school, I would have loved to see it just kind of the classic 95. But I mean, shoot, top to bottom, you cleaned it up. You did a great job, but I gotta go with Joel, like without question.
All right, that's gonna put Joel at a 4-1 lead, but we're gonna go over to Charles.
You already know I'm going to go with my boy Joel. That bike's it's pretty much perfect. I still feel guilty about the last round. Like I told you on the phone earlier, I expected that KX to be something that would have beaten one of my builds, and I think Joel and I build real similarly in terms of like color palette and what's coated, what isn't. So every piece on Joel's bike lends itself well to the next. It's silky smooth. I would love to own that bike. And for the KX, I love that bike too. And like Glen said, getting parts for that thing, what a nightmare, right? And everyone else touched too on like, okay, maybe that brake pedal should have had, the tip removed and zinc plated, and then have a little offset from the burnt bronze. And the other thing, Dave touched on it too. I love that TX makes a kit for that bike because I think I really like restyle kits. But the TX sometimes is a little gappy. You'll see it's got true 2022 Cowie shrouds on it, but then there'll be a little bit of tank reveal underneath that from the stock tank. And so they do a really good job getting plastics that didn't even exist for another over 20 years to fit on that old bike. And it's cool, but it just leaves a little to be desired. And Joel's bike is flawless. So congratulations, Jay.
All right, another one for Joel, and it's hard for me to add much here. You guys really nailed it with this. I think Charles's KX, that came from some pretty dark places, and he was able to create quite the transformation there. It's just hard to deny the KTM though with Joel's 250. It's just immaculate with all the work he put into it, and I'm gonna have to go with Joel on this one. And it was, for me, this was probably the toughest round to decide, because based on transformation, Charles's bike is hands down one of the greatest transformations. But I feel like Joel just had that little edge with just the lengths he went to with his build. So congrats, Joel. That is going to be a 6-1 score versus our for Joel. And man, I thought these would be a little closer in the voting, but we have a 6-1, 6-1, and a 5-2. So they've been a little bit of a runaway, but I think this fourth matchup here is going to be very close for all of you. And so let's head over and check out who we got for the fourth matchup. And congrats, Joel and Charles. Gotta say major props to you on that build, and you have an incredible bike as well. So let's jump over to the fourth build or the fourth matchup.
Yep, Joel has a good shot at winning this contest, I think.
Amen. No, he killed it. He did a good job. Great pick on the bike, on the choice of the machine.
Oh, well, we got the Winstead's McGrath replica here.
I wish I would have been able to. I wanted to see the before of this bike so bad.
Me too.
It's like you already had the frame front end done.
Swinger. Right. This is the hard part for me.
I love how these guys got better at their edits on the last video. It's like
Yeah,
that alone, like, congratulations, dude. Way to represent your machine.
Yeah.
definitely.
And that can almost be a separating factor too, is just having clear video like what you see here, just really breaking it down what you built and showing that off. So for all you contestants that want to compete next year, keep that in mind. You really got to show the detail in your build before and after, so us judges can analyze it. And this is Justin's CR 125, the before.
And also would be cool to hear some narration, during the video and all that. If they can tell us the story, because some bikes I was just watching the video without any sound, and it's a little different experience.
The 1 minute time frame is definitely difficult to get everything in. So you just gotta pick and choose the most devastating parts of the bike for the beforehand, and then likewise with the after video, you know, you got to hit the highlights.
Yeah, if it was up to me, I think the best thing is, you know, that quick 1 minute video to really highlight the big things, and then include, if you can, if you're skilled enough, to include a still shot of your bike at a couple of different angles, maybe for a couple seconds at the end of the video. That way, people can kind of pause and really get a good look at it. And writing a really detailed description, something like Glen did. He really went through the whole description of the video, and that really helped, to kind of tell his story. So that would be my recommendation as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really emphasize the messed up stuff if you want, or if you try to.
Oh no. Oh no. Cam's computer went out here. I'm watching it on the live stream over here, and it just blue screened. It blue screened, and now the whole thing's resetting.
Oh, he's frozen.
Oh man.
Is he downloading LimeWire? What's he doing?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice that we didn't get the boot out of the meeting.
Yeah.
Competition that broke the computer.
Hey, you guys think that Austin could take Cam's place or what?
Charles, I can't wait to see this video, because every time your screen pops up in mine, I
Recording
have to hold back
stopped.
laughter, dude.
Oh, the recording is
Hey, Charles is the host. Congratulations.
Woo! Hit
Hey,
record.
I'm in charge of this bitch now, all right?
Hit
Hey,
record.
Matt, did you have the live stream up?
I have it up over here. I've got two screens. So I got the live screen here, and then I've got you guys over here. So I'm watching it right now. Cam's sitting here at his computer, just chopping away. Let me see if I can grab my. Oh, I'm gonna break something if I do that.
I had it up
Or his
too,
hand
but I wasn't
shaking?
sure if there was going to be a weird echo, so I got scared for a second and X'd out of it. So
I've got the audio off on it over here, but yeah, I've
Alright,
got
so-
it here.
I think I might pull it back up then.
I'm watching and he's still alive and good looking.
There, huh?
Get good looking.
I don't know.
So
Yeah,
it's
so
like
I
his,
think I don't know if
Might
the
be
sound.
California is a little bit behind you guys.
Yeah.
You guys all moved out of California. Just left me alone here.
Yeah,
I know,
no,
yeah, we did, huh?
Yeah.
the grass
Hey,
is
Greg, I
green.
heard you're moving. Where are you moving to?
Dude, we this past week we just moved to Mississippi, so kind of near
No
you.
kidding.
Yeah,
Wow. All
You
right.
already moved?
Yeah.
You did it already.
Congrats, dude.
yeah, dude. We got here last Monday.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you go a little bit earlier than we talked about, or were you on schedule?
We were on schedule actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Man.
we left last Saturday and took 3 days. Landed Monday, so it's been a week and a couple days. But
Nice.
You know what's
yeah.
nice though is you're fit enough that you don't have to go through 5 t-shirts a day for the humidity like my fat ass does.
I just did a 20-minute Peloton today, and I could have used the 5 t-shirts.
Hey, why'd you move? Why'd you move, Greg? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah,
Why the
so-
big move?
For number one reason was my wife's sister moved here last year as well, so for her job, and we literally moved into the same neighborhood as her
Nice.
for a house at half of the price of the cost of what I've been in Utah.
That's awesome.
We're still building it right now, and like the houses in this neighborhood would be like 800 to $1 million in Utah, and we just got our house for 445. They got their house
Yeah.
last year for 360.
That's
Wow.
crazy, man. Especially
Crazy.
that price,
Crazy.
still considering the times, like, and everything that's
Yeah.
going wrong, so to speak. So,
It's wild.
how'd Griffman do?
He pretty much slept the whole time. It was good.
Perfect.
The past week his schedule was definitely fucked up. So like he
Recording
didn't-
in progress.
Oh,
didn't
he's
sleep at
back.
night,
Everybody
but
shut up.
We're back.
Hey, baby, I think he's got the laptop up. I can see him over here. He's trying to get the secondary thing going. His
Can you
He's over,
believe that?
he's over there trying to search my wife's OnlyFans. What a
I-
jerk.
Yeah, I think I got some sort of virus there.
Yeah, from the OnlyFans?
Dave, you owe me a new computer now.
I think you need to fire your producer, bud.
Yep.
Oh, Nick, your first one on the first day on the job. Oh, blew up a computer.
Fire him. Fire him. He's done. He's
I saw
done.
Nick in the
Wow.
reflection there.
So
The
at
judges
least
have
we got through
eliminated
the last
him.
video or the last matchup there. We were able to see the bikes here, and so we're gonna go through this matchup. What was it again? We had Tyler's
Tyler Denver.
YZ250
Yeah.
going up against
Dustin CR125.
right, Dustin Sierra 125, and hold on one second here. We got to get
Dude, there's a guy behind you. Look out.
So there is a let me see here. I have a memory card that had some stuff on there.
Some stuff. Oh, what kind of stuff?
Yeah. But,
Oh man, I'm trying to think here. Where did that end up?
Dave, I know you're the throwback MX guy, but can you buy a newer camera, bud? I mean, it looks like it's from the throwback.
Dude, it sucks, dude. I just paid $1,500 for this laptop. This is the image I get.
Yeah.
No,
Actually,
hey,
It makes us.
I can't roast you. I can't roast you on video quality. Mine was so abysmal last time. Yours looks good.
I got kind of like a 90s theme going back here, Clint.
Yeah, no, it works for
Yeah.
you, dude. It totally works. For you. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
tell them it's
Is it
period
like all
correct.
pixelated like an old Hitachi Ultravision?
No, it's just
Uh-huh.
it's just blurred and the colors are just like
The
kind of
lighting's
washed
bullshit.
out.
The lighting's horse shit in here, dude.
Hey, what's up with that mullet though? Let me see that.
I
God
didn't see
damn.
that popping out there.
God.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking shit.
Cool.
Oh man, that lettuce looks so good.
That is a sweet
All right,
mullet.
I gotta get something pulled up here, and then we can move on with the fourth round.
Poor
And then
Cam,
there's
trying so hard, got this professional video set up, and then boom, it just blue screens. I watched it happen. I'm like, oh no.
Oh yeah, on live stream you
Blue
saw
screen. Blue screened. Keyword it blue screened.
that. It really blew a hole in the bottom end.
Damn.
It
Marcus
Marcus 250.
Okay.
Hey Clint, where are you located?
I moved to Nevada, to Gardnerville, Nevada.
Okay, cool. The reason I asked is because Terry with the 65, he's getting a poster made and wants all of us to sign it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
get it sent out and kind of do this whole loop around the nation. And I was trying to map out. He's in Pennsylvania, and then so Matt, I might have him send it to you first. And
That'd be
then
perfect.
We'll just go through this big loop, and it'll end up at Cam's house in Washington, and then back to him.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down for
You might,
that. That's
send
cool.
2 copies in case I messed up the signature.
Just acetone it off, and you're good.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
No, I told
All right,
Cam
that'd be
earlier,
perfect.
hopefully he's okay
Okay.
with my because my signature is actually a dick. So I mean,
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I might be just I might never send it back to Terry. I might keep it.
yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Just like dick and balls. That's what
Yeah.
I got.
All right, we're back in business. I got this stuff off my card here. Hopefully this one doesn't blue screen on me too. Maybe that was the problem. I had some over the top stuff on that card, but
So,
so matchup number 4 here. We're gonna start with, let's see, let's go with Matt.
All right. Hey, I'll start us off here. This one was really tough for me. But I do have my decision. So Tyler's YZ250, obviously that thing was just immaculate. A little more, as you could say, simple. But what he did was he went with a theme. He picked this McGrath theme, and I really liked that, and that set it aside for me. But then you have Dustin's his CR125 was just, like I said, it was just a wow factor. You look at this bike and every single thing has been touched on it, which also makes it very, very expensive. And for this contest, believe it or not, for me, that is actually a market down. When you can buy a ton of parts now, he did code a lot of the stuff, but a lot of that stuff was top of the line. And for me, looking at Tyler's bike, I knew that stuff was expensive too. And it was a lot more simple. But for this one, I'm going to give my vote to Tyler's YZ250 strictly because he went with a theme and really stuck with it and did a phenomenal job at that compared to Dustin's CR125, where it was just a really, really good and cool build.
All right, thanks for the insight, Matt. We're gonna move ahead to Greg.
I'm gonna mirror a little bit of what Matt said here. The Dustin CR125, it was literally the only video that my jaw hit the floor and I was like, wow, out loud when I saw the after video. I mean, every single piece was meticulously touched. It was thought through, all the coatings and everything. It was just over and above a transformation. I'm going to tip my hat to Tyler's YZ250. However, you guys know that I am a theme replica guy with my bikes, with just a little bit of tweaks here and there. And I feel like Tyler just hammered the replica home with McGrath YZ250. I'm almost calling it like the YZ250 Obtainium because of all the parts that are just impossible to find, especially all the one-off things like the carbon. So I think Tyler did a really good job at sourcing those, and it's almost impossible to find those. So the YZ250 for me.
All right, moving on. Let's see what Dave has to say.
All right. Tyler, you've got the baddest bike in the whole lot, dude. That YZ250 is so badass. I mean, it's a McGrath bike. I mean, down to the steering dampener, the titanium subframe, all these things that you purchased for the bike. However, the only thing that I'm missing is the story. And I might cry, Tyler, because I think your bike's the coolest one in the lot, like hands down. But at the end of the day, Dustin put more work into his. I think he put it was more labor intensive, I feel like, with Dustin's bike. Again, this is such a hard one because they're both missing the story of how it started and the angles, how beat up these things were. But just from what I could see with Tyler's YZ250, man, it was a solid bike. It was a solid bike to start with. So I've got to tip my hat and go with Dustin's CR because I feel like more work was put into it. And I feel like it was documented just a little bit better. But Tyler, you got the coolest bike of the bunch, dude.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Sure.
No,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, oh man. All right, Charles, what you got?
Going with the CR, man. That's the one bike in all the videos that I actually want. Like, hey, dude, I want your bike. Give me that bike. Obviously, I know a lot about the YZ250 as well. He and I have emailed quite a bit back in his zinc plating process. Talked about a lot of stuff. The titanium sub before the bike was really built. So it's like Dave said, that is one of the coolest bikes, hands down. But the CR for me, man, he's a man after my own heart. I would have built the bike very similarly to that. He even had the rotor OCD. You guys notice his front rotor wasn't scuffed. That's something that drives me nuts. Like, I will struggle to get the bike in and out of a truck and not use the brakes just so that when it gets to magazine time or whatever, they look like that. I think his only misses were like, I would have done something different with the rear chain guide, and I don't think his forks were coated on the lowers, but this shit's so expensive, man. If you're not getting a hookup, it's very difficult to do. So CR for me, that's like, I want that bike in this garage. So good job, dude. And Tyler, same to you, man. Like Dave said, that is the coolest bike, and that's probably the best McGrath replica I've ever seen from mortal men. So props to you both, CR for me.
All right, we're tied up 2-2, and let's head over to Matt. Matt, who you got?
Didn't I already put my vote in for this one, Cam? Man,
Go, Matt.
you
All
double.
right.
Hey, this will be cheating for Tyler. This will be cheating. Now,
This
real
shit is
quick,
bananas.
real quick. I just looked over on the live thing here, Cam, and Chuck and Josh are saying that the mic is really low for the other judges and they can't hear it. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that, but
Yeah, I just turned it up here. So
okay.
I think we're good. Might be able to hear a little better. So, all right. Well, let me go through the list of who I haven't gone through. Let's go.
I don't want to cheat here and put in 2 votes.
Yeah, you went missing for a bit. I was like, oh shoot, did he get kidnapped?
Yeah.
I haven't
All right.
played yet.
All right, Clint. Let's go to you.
Okay, I'll say this about the YZ250. I do like that homeboy said this was the first engine that he's ever built. He said that, and he's, I could tell he's a little nervous about it. And where it loses for me is the preparation. I feel he had a little head start, and the frame already powder coated or painted, whatever it was. He had the pipe. I would really have liked to see that YZ250 in its raw state, like before it was torn down and put to those. That's what would give me that more of a broke to built feeling instead of unassembled to broke or to build, whatever, feeling. So on the other hand, the CR 135 or 134 was it? Incredible. Love the blocked out, murdered out motor. So that's sick. Good job. No stone untouched. No, it's just so good. The CR gets it for me. I mean, I like Dave said, I'm gonna hate myself for a while on this one, but that's my vote. CR. Good job, man.
Dude, is this coming down to Rado, or we still need Cam's vote?
I still got mine in Rado's. So
Oh,
Wow.
this is heavy.
I've already gone last on one of these, and I'm trying to give everyone the same opportunity. So I'm gonna go next, and oh man, this one's tough. I'm sweating this one. I love both bikes so much. Like there's nothing you can possibly do to make these bikes much better. And it all comes down to the transformation. And the transformation is what this contest is built on. And we saw with Tyler's before video, he had some stuff already ready. And that is the separator for me. Is with Dustin's bike, he started from, I mean, we all saw it was a complete bike, pretty hammered, and he brought that thing to just incredible heights. And I got to go with Dustin on this one. He really just nailed that build, and there's not much you could really do better there. And again, same with Tyler, but the transformation wasn't quite there. And so Dustin gets the nod just by the slimmest of margin, just because of the transformation playing in here. So we're gonna go to Rado. What you got?
I don't know. So what's the score now?
The score is 4-2. So it is in favor of Dustin. He has taken this one.
4-2.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and it's not tough for me then, but
Yeah.
I can't change it. But I think looking at both bikes, as you guys said, a lot of work went into one and the other. Same. And yes, YZ is coming from a little bit easier start because some things were done, but it doesn't mean that they were not really bad before, right? So it's just that we got him in that time where he already had a few things done. So but I don't think that's the starting point for this build. So I would give him that. Okay, you had the bike that was probably in way worse condition than what we saw in the first video, but just the amount of the research he had to do. He bought all these original magazines from 2000, and he gathered all the information. So he has a tough job to do the replica. He had to come up with exactly the same stuff that was back in the days, right? Now for the CR125, the creativity was number one thing. Like he picked all the colors, the coatings, the contrast and all that. So the bike looked beautiful. But for YZ250, he was very limited. He couldn't be just creative. Sometimes it's easier to be creative and more difficult to just stick with a 100% authentic, build and just follow everything. So he even reached out to the sponsors that Jeremy had back in the days to be really authentic. And then the final video, all the details is shown in the final video. He touched everything, and everything looked just clean, immaculate. And it's not only the bike, but it's a piece of history that he also brought back with that build. So sure. I would have to go with YZ250 because of that.
Man, you're making me want to change my vote. Damn it, Rado.
Go ahead.
Pretty convincing. Really good points there, but we ended up with a 4-3 score in favor of Dustin. So Dustin moves on. Congratulations, man. That was very well deserved. And Tyler, you were just right there. It's just the slimmest of margins here with 4-3 vote. And so we have our final four here, and it is going to be the matchup in the next round is going to be Cody with his YZ250 going up against Mitch's CR500.
Woo!
It's going to be
Oh,
Oh, God.
That's going to be
That's going to be a really good one.
Come on.
And I like this matchup because they're both older bikes.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have a 250 and a 500
Fair.
and Honda versus Yamaha. So a lot of things.
Finally, apples to apples.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's not. Yeah, but yeah.
And then the next matchup we have, and this is again going to be somewhat apples to apples. It's Joel going up against Dustin. So
Yeah.
we have two somewhat newer bikes here,
Very
and
appropriate.
they're very well built, just like a different style of build, I guess you would say. You know, tons of coatings and anodized parts and just built to the hilt, like you could say. So that's going to be a really interesting matchup, and we're going to have a tough time deciding both of these. So yeah, those are the matchups for round 3, and we are going to come at you guys on the 14th, which I believe is Saturday. I have to go look, but like I said at the beginning of the stream, we do have something. We're throwing a little wrench in the fire for you guys, even the judges.
Oh boy.
You
Oh
guys-
boy.
I forgot about this part.
you
I
guys
didn't.
haven't
I did not.
even- You guys have no idea here. So where do we even start with this? I think we're gonna head to Charles. Charles has something to say. I think he's got something maybe in his sleeve or maybe in his pants or something. I don't know what's going on here, but
Definitely not in his pants. I know that for sure. It's not in his pants.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, you spent the night one time.
I know.
I made you sleep in the trailer though. Yeah, so Austin and I and Cam all got together earlier, and we decided we're gonna throw a wrench in this shit like some reality TV, and we are bringing in what we are calling the revival round. And we're going to take someone previously eliminated from today's round and the 16 to 8. So that's going to be, that's 12 guys. And we're all the judges, as a surprise, we're all going to go ahead and vote on the last people that got eliminated and bring 2 guys back into the final bracket. In addition to that, which is pretty exciting, and we got pretty geeked out about it earlier today, Cam's invited me to help sponsor the event as well. He's already doing payouts for positions 1 through 8. So I'm going to go ahead and throw another $200 cash in, and we're going to award from 1 through positions 10. So I think, Cam, unless I missed anything, are we going to go ahead and do this little 12-man elimination revival round right now and bring some guys back into this thing?
yeah, let's throw it. Let's just see what happens here. This is kind of going on a limb, you know.
Yeah.
This wasn't in the plan, but you know, heck, we're gonna go for it and see what happens here. And yeah, it's basically gonna be 12 guys that got previously eliminated. We're gonna go through the judges, and how this is gonna work is each one of us judges is gonna pick someone, and whoever pick someone to come back into the contest, and whoever gets the most votes is in, and whoever gets the second most votes is going to be in too. And we'll explain further how this is going to work into the tournament as well. It's going to really ramp things up, and it's like I said, it's going to really get this thing all spiced up. So while you guys are thinking about this, I'm going to pull up some pictures of these bikes, and we're going to go through the 12 bikes that were previously eliminated. And so do some thinking on these as we're going through the pictures here.
Yep. If you guys had a soft spot for anybody that got canned early, and there's a lot of the bikes are great. Now's their chance to maybe come back in. And I think if for some reason we end up with a tie of some kind, which is unlikely, especially now that we've added, we originally thought about doing last round's guys, but that wouldn't be fair if we didn't add this round's eliminations. I think we're going to bring in the big guns, Haley, and the baby to do any tie breaking if need be.
Yeah.
Now, there's no way we could pull in people from the top 32, is there? Chris Rucker's that 1994 CR250. I'm still so bummed that didn't make the top 16.
That was enjoyable.
That thing was fantastic. But I'm just messing. I think this is an awesome idea you guys got here. This is awesome. I can't wait.
Thank you.
Okay, so-
I'm glad you guys are surprised.
These are the 12 bikes that were previously eliminated. We've got Charles's KX250. We're going to go through these pretty quick here. And Eric's CR125.
That was the white and black one, right?
Yep. I don't know if you guys
Right.
see this.
No, I
Yeah, I
don't
can
have anything on my screen, but maybe I'm Maybe I'm just on the wrong screen. Oh, I got it.
Cam, everybody has one pick.
Yep, everyone's got one pick.
Okay.
Okay. If we can still see these. All right. Eric's
I already have a
125.
pick. I already know what it is.
And then Glen's KTM 1100
Who's it gonna be?
and Jacob's CR 500. Yeah, that was the ice bike.
Mhm.
And Jimmy's KX 125.
Look at that thing.
Woo!
God damn.
Keaton's CR 125
Keep man.
and Kincaid's RM 125.
It's the next one. I know. No, not that one.
Yeah,
Well, that
yeah,
one's
no.
Marcus's
I'm,
CR
I'm thinking Canadian. Something Canadian.
Oh,
There it is.
Max's YZ 125
There it is.
and Patrick's CR 500.
Burnt Brown's muffler. Oh, there it is.
And we've got the KX 65 of
Killer.
Terry.
We can only pick one.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Kyle's
Why is
YZ
this one there?
250.
Oh
So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
this is gonna be. Oh man, I haven't even made up my mind who I want to go with.
I have.
Yep. Me too. I knew when we talked this morning who it was gonna be for me.
Yeah. All right. So I'll let you guys think on that for just a second here. I'm gonna try to.
Chuck.
This sucks. This is really difficult. I have no idea which one. Oh, it's between like 2 or 3. Oh boy.
Same.
You're welcome.
Dang.
Yeah,
Hey, Charles.
I appreciate it.
You're making us go gray a little earlier. I'm gonna probably
Hey.
go gray and lose some hairs here. This is tough,
Look at
man.
that shit.
You guys got to catch up.
Hey, Charles.
What'd it be?
On part of the London Mex channel, we'll throw in $100 for that too on this one over here.
Okay, cool.
Look
We
at
love it,
this.
man.
I love it. This is awesome.
Dirt and Iron,
This
you
is
got some
cool.
money for the people?
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah. Think
Dude, if
about
we're
it.
all doing it,
Yeah.
might as
think
well
about
hop
Let
in.
me out. I'm in.
Yeah,
Everybody's in?
I'm in for 100 as well.
Benjamin.
I'm in for 100 as well.
Benjamin.
Man.
boy. That's what I'm
This is
talking
great.
about.
Oh, look
That's
at
Velcro.
Look at that wallet.
Alan's got the
Oh, man.
Velcro. He's got
Oh, the
Velcro.
Velcro. Oh man.
My wife won't
You
go to
should
dinner
get-
with me in this thing because she gets embarrassed.
Dude,
I got $100.
you're the baddest motherfucker alive. Look at that wallet, man, and that mullet.
I love it. This is awesome. This is getting even spicier than I ever
So
imagined.
what's that? What did we
Holy
just put
cow.
another? Did we just put another like $800 or $900 in the pot right now?
It was Charles is 200, and then we got 5 other guys pitching in. That's $700, I believe. So
Do you take
Damn.
Bitcoin?
That's in the dumps today. That's in the dumps. He's trying to sell it cheap.
What
Yeah,
about
yeah.
what about Ethereum, dude?
Yeah,
I
Get
had
rid of
some
that
light.
shit.
I got some Dogecoin for you.
All right, moving on.
So, all right, you guys had a good minute to think this over and kind of see who you want back in. And so, producer here, how about you write down these 12 bikes, and then we're gonna do a vote count. I guess you can just go by name, but all right, let's go
Next.
let's start with Charles, since this was his grand idea, and I know he's sounds like he's got his mindset. So
Oh yeah,
let's go to Charles.
yeah. You should never.
Can we do 2 votes since we are picking 2 bikes?
Thank you.
Oh man.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
had a lot of caffeine in the system when you called, so that's when all the magic happens. It actually totally it fixed my day because I've been, like I said, struggling to figure out like taking care of the baby and then YouTubing and stuff, and man, it just reinvigorated me. So I'm going with my boy Maxime from Canada. That thing has gone too soon, man, in my opinion.
Mhm. All right, Matt. Who
Oh,
you-
come on. Come on. Can we come back? Can we come back?
All right.
I got my list. I'm not ready. I got my whole list here.
Wasn't ready. Greg.
You
what
want
do you got?
Oh, guys.
Dude, you want to hit him with the roll of bikes one more time, real fast? Is that
Yeah.
helpful or no?
Yeah. Hit us.
All right. This is some tough decisions here. So we're gonna go backwards. We've got Tyler's YZ250.
Sexy.
Hey Cam, why cannot we have 2 votes? Come on, man. Give us 2 votes.
See, we got to make this hard. One vote
Yeah.
only. One vote only.
We can't change it on the fly. That will make something down logistically like some kind of nightmare.
You
probably.
just made it up like 20 minutes ago.
No.
I got to go the YZ250.
That was
The
like
Grant
8 a.m.
YZ250. I'm calling it.
Greg picked
Which
it.
one? Winston?
The McGrath YZ250.
Yeah, okay.
Tyler's YZ250.
Okay.
No.
Yep. So Greg, no, Greg was Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler. All right. And then let's why don't we head over to Clint?
Yeah, KX65. I was hoping that this one would get another shot at something for the most broke. This thing was sewer trash. I would not have gone back and picked it up or even offered the guy any money. KX65.
Trash.
So we can just quickly go through these. Patrick CR500, Max's YZ125, and let's see. This was Marcus's CRF250, Kincaid's RM125, Keaton CR125, KX125 of Jimmy, Jacob's CR500, Glen's KTM 1100, Eric's CR125, and Charles's KX250.
I'm ready to put my vote in, Cam.
Just get it over with.
We'll head over to Matt.
This is I'm doing Terry's KX65. I think that was the brokest. Okay, it was second. I don't know, but it was so bad, and it looks so amazing. I mean, that is the definition of broke to built, in my opinion. I'm voting Terry's KX65.
Yep,
All right. Okay, we've got Rado.
Okay, so I'm doing 2 votes. I don't care about you guys what you're doing there.
Rado, you're fired.
Okay, so man, if I can pick 2, okay, I know I cannot, but if I can, I will go with Maxime YZ125 because that thing just looked amazing. I picked it in the first round, and I just love the colors, and he was so creative and super unique, and it came together really nicely. So I would like to see that bike back. But then I would pair it with Tyler's YZ250, which gives me the same situation we had with the CR125, right? One bike is like all the way built, all the colors, coating, everything, and the other bike is history and bringing everything back and super tough to get parts and all that. So I would have to give it to Tyler YZ250.
That's your one pick, Tyler?
Yeah.
All right. So we've got Dave and myself. I will go next. I didn't really even think this through. Let's go to Dave. I haven't made my mind. I'm struggling here. I'm
We
really
need a
struggling.
minute for our host.
Oh man. All right, Dave.
Okay. Well, I wanted to pick 5 of them, but I got to go with 1, and I got to go with Jeff Femick's KX125.
All right.
Jimmy, you killed
Yeah.
that thing. And let me tell you why, because that is it looks like a lot of the single side radiator KX125s, but in '89 they changed their internals, the power valve assembly, that awful kit's, I mean, crazy. And the fact that he could find all that stuff and make it all work, the swing arm looks like it's brand new. That's a timepiece just like the McGrath bike to me.
Yeah.
And that pulls at my heartstrings, and Jimmy absolutely killed it on that.
That's a museum bike.
That's my vote. Yeah.
One of the most gorgeous for sure.
Yeah. A bike that went way too soon was the YZ125 that Maxine built. That somehow that bike matched up against the CR125 from Dusti, and it sucked to see that thing go out. So I'm gonna have to bring that one back in. That's my vote, and we'll see where does that put us.
That puts Max back, and then the KX65, right?
Terry got 2.
We got three-way tie.
Three-way tie.
What?
Three-way tie.
Let's bring 3 back. It's fine.
Haley.
Let's
Wait,
pick
so
one
Dave
more
has
so
to
we
be the
have 4.
tiebreaker.
Let's make it even.
Dave already.
Dave
got
went,
his
yeah.
vote. Yeah. So we got a 3-way tie for first place. I think I just spit all over the camera, but we'll keep going. How are we gonna tie break this? Should we bring the producer in, or should we?
Haley.
That's what
Or we all re-vote on just those 3. We can only vote 1 time on those 3 bikes that made it.
That's fair.
Okay.
I think that's pretty fair, and that would allow us to figure out who else is getting in. All right. Well, let's go to Clint. Who you voting out of those three? Again, we have Maxime, Tyler, and Terry. And the Maxime's YZ125, Terry's KX65, and Tyler's YZ250. And while you guys are thinking about this, I'm gonna show those pictures here.
Charles, what was the purpose of this? What were we voting on? Like just bikes that left too soon, or what was the basis for this?
Yeah, we wanted to bring back in some bikes that we exactly gone too soon, and just stir the pot a little bit, you know.
So these will actually be coming back into the competition.
Yeah, and Cam, do you want to explain a little bit how that's gonna go from then on while everyone's kind of thinking about what they want to do, or you want to save that for later? The last
Yeah.
brackets.
All right. So these two bikes that make it back in. So essentially, right now we have a top four. We have Cody, Mitch, Joel, and Dustin. And when we bring these two bikes back in, we're going to have 6, and we're going to split those into 2 different brackets. So there's going to be 2 different threesomes we got going on here. That sounds pretty wild, but that's what we're all about. We're all about making it fun and spicy here. So we're going to have whatever bikes get in, they're going to join into the semifinals. And the winner of each of those brackets is going to go on to the finals. So instead of 4 bikes, we got 6, split them into 2 different brackets, and just all hell is going to break loose. And this is going to really spice it up and make it fun. So that's how it's going to go down. And then, of course, we're going to have 4 people that lose from that semifinal. I know might be hard to follow this, but
yeah,
there's going to be 4
my
ways.
misunderstanding, remember, was like I thought it was going to be 2 against 2 against 2, and you're like, no, it's going to be 3 against 3.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I fucked this up for everybody.
Hey Cam, is it possible to group them together in the same category, like all the bikes that are, built with all the coding and everything, like bringing it up to today's standards, and then the other bikes would be the thing that they made it 97, 87, all the Jeremy McRae and all those things together. Is it possible?
Yeah. So
too much.
We're just going off of traditional how bracket seating works, and so the way these bikes were seated, the next round we're going to have Cody going to go up against Mitch, which is going to be the older bikes going up against each other, and then Joel going against Dustin. So it's kind of the newer. We already kind of have that, but the 2 bikes that get in, we'll see how they match up, and we might even be able to get them in or organize them by seating, or we'll just have to see what bikes get in and kind of see how that breaks down. But it is going to be determined by seating. So that's just how we have.
I have a suggestion. Let's bring those Yamahas in and put the YZ125 into the new bikes and the 250 into the old bikes. We are done.
Yeah. Well, let's.
You guys should have a phone call.
Here. What's that?
If you guys have time to chat about it and consider it like we did, because we had a lot of time to talk. So like it might be something worth talking about later on if you guys end up linking up on it or something.
Yeah. I think we're just going to go with the plan that we had with that Charles presented and we kind of talked about earlier.
Okay.
I think we had a good program moving forward with this to make it all match up with seating and the way the brackets were situated. So we're going to go through these 3 bikes here that are tied to get back in. This is getting real sweaty in here, I'm sure. So we got YZ125, Terry's KX65, and Tyler's YZ250. So think this over for a second, and this will be the determining factor on who gets in.
I'll go ahead and I'll put my first vote in. I'm going to stick with Terry's KX 65.
All right. Move down the line. We're going to head to Clint.
Oh, baby Jesus. God, man. I would be blessed to own any one of those 3. I'm going to stick with Terry's KX65.
All right. Let's head to Rado.
I'm rethinking my decision from previous voting. The YZ125 looks really amazing, and so for me it's between 125 and 250. I'm hoping you guys will vote for 125, and then I'll vote for 250. But you already 2 votes for KX, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You made it tough for me. I guess let's go with 250. YZ250.
Rado with the YZ250. Yep, Tyler's YZ250. And Dave, who you picking?
Well, with the thing broke to built, it's between 2 bikes for me, Maxine's or the KX65. Oh my God, this sucks. This sucks. Probably Maxine's because it's the one I could ride. And
All right.
Maxine.
That's one for Maxime, 2 for Terry, 1 for Tyler. All right, Greg.
So I'm going to go through this process because in the first round, it was the CR125 versus Maxine's bike. And then the second round was Tyler's YZ250 versus the CR125. And I voted YZ250 for that one. So those kind of match up. And then that was the second round. In the first top 16, it was the KX versus the YZ250. And the only thing that I said that was wrong with the KX65 was that it went up against Tyler's YZ250.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with the YZ250.
All right. That's Tyler's YZ. And I'm not gonna change my vote here. I gotta go with Maxime. That's my kind of build there. He just went all out with it, and that's very, very deserving of being in the semifinals. And so Charles, wait, let's take a look at this. Holy.
So what's going to happen is the person is going to vote for the top winner. Then it's going to leave 2 left, and then everybody votes again on those 2, and then there won't be a tiebreaker there. So
yeah, just looking at the standings here. Terry's got 2, Max has got 2, Tyler's got 2. Charles, we still have you. All right, let's figure out who number 1 is. At least get one in. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Charles, send her home.
We're bringing Max home. That's it.
All right, easy enough.
Max is in.
So then we should revote on just Terry's KX65 and Tyler's YZ250 between all 7 of us, and then there we go.
We could do that, or we could bring a tiebreaker in. Someone else is to say, hey, this is what I think on this one.
The thing I'm afraid about the tiebreaker is, the 7 of us have been, digging through all this and really making every single decision and stuff. And I don't know if it would be fair to bring in somebody outside the judges panel that was previous in. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, it's this we're getting long here. I said this would be short. Matt, you were right. It's well over an hour. So
See, this is how these things go.
No, I was like, let's keep it to 20 minutes, but we're at 87 minutes.
I think we could quickly just vote through these real quick.
I can go first.
Just shoot him. Come on. Just spit out a name and we'll go for it.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna go start with Rado.
YZ250.
You got your wish.
All right. And Matt.
KX65.
Okay. Charles.
YZ250.
And let's see here. That was Charles there.
Yeah.
And then we've got Clint.
KX65.
Whisper.
Dave.
Let the good times roll. KX65.
Green.
And then we've got I'll go KX65.
All right. The Cali puts the Cali back in, yeah.
And then Greg.
My vote was YZ, so KX is back in.
Wow.
Wow.
That was exciting.
Little
There's
extra
there's
stress
4 for
you.
Terry, 3 for Tyler. So Terry gets back Terry's on his way back in. Max is in, and congrats on being the wild cards. You guys made it back in, and you guys are the revival, the winners of the revival round, brought to you by mXrevival. How fitting is that? That just spits off the tongue like no other.
I'm telling you.
So pretty exciting stuff, and how this is going to match up. We're going to have to look at the seeding and see how it's going to go. But basically, we've got Cody versus Mitch, Joel versus Dustin, and somehow we're going to work Max and Terry into these two brackets, and that's going to be one exciting matchup there. So basically, we're gonna figure out the fairest way to set these. Should we just settle it here on the stream?
Well, so yeah, so Terry's was the 16th, or sorry, Terry's was what seed was his going in compared to Maxime's seed? I think Maxime's was higher. Maxime had a higher seed than Terry's KX65, so that would put him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Maxime was seed number 3.
Yep.
And Terry was seed number 11. And so both of them were in the like the lower half of the brackets. And so they would typically be against Joel versus Dustin. So we're gonna have to let's throw Max in with Joel and Dustin, and then let's throw Terry in with Cody and Mitch. So this is gonna be just a wild semi-final round here.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
Yeah.
Just look at these
So
matchups.
What's gonna be the surprise for the next one?
We haven't figured that out.
That you donate all the money for the next one. That's it, Rado. You're supporting the whole thing on the next.
All right.
That's a good one.
We might come up with something crazy. We might not. It's just the nature of the beast here with the contest. So
Depends on how caffeinated we are.
yeah, you were pretty caffeinated this morning, Charles, and
I
you
was.
were spitting out all these ideas, and I'm like, at first I was like, dude, that's pretty wild, but let's just go for it. All right, let's make it happen. So that was the big surprise. I'm sure people are pretty excited now, and we're paying even deeper into the field. We got 2 people back into the contest here, and both of those guys came from the top 16, and they didn't make it to the top 8. So it just goes to show how close the spread here was with the 16. And I guess moving forward, we have, instead of a top 4, we have a top 6 now, and that's going to be 3 and 3. And the winner of each of those brackets is going to head on to the finals. And we're going to do another one of these streams on the 14th, and we'll be going through those entries and hopefully not make it go an hour and a half. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it. And,
Totally.
That was a good time.
Cameron, you should do a fantasy. You should do like a fantasy broke to Bill. People should vote like how it's gonna end.
I did set that up actually. I have the bracket system, and everyone was voting on there. We had a bunch of predictions, and not one soul got it right. Everyone was off.
That's so funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So the
Too
parity
many
here,
curveballs.
like everyone was pretty far off. One guy was within 1 pick, and everyone else was like pretty far off, I want to say. So
Wow.
yeah, there's no correct predictions from here. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty unpredictable with these 2 guys coming in, and we're going to have to do some thinking over the next few days, and we're going to determine who gets into the finals. So yeah, once again, thanks a bunch, all you guys, for coming on here, having a good time, and analyzing all these bikes. I think we came to a pretty good consensus, and we're able to spice it up a little bit too. So, and Charles, thanks a bunch for the idea, and for pitching in some money, and all the rest of you guys as well, pitching in some money and helping all these guys out. I mean, they all put in just tons of work into their bikes, and I mean, it's not easy. We all know how much energy and money and everything goes into all these bikes. So it's definitely very deserving for these guys to get a little extra cash in their pocket. So thank you for that, guys. And we're gonna move on to round 3, and that is going to be the semifinals. So we will see you guys then, and good luck on your picks there.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, Cam.
Harder.
Guys.
Thank all you guys. It was awesome.
Harder joined live too. That was awesome.
Yeah, good job,
Yeah.
everybody. That's cool. All the extra
Take care.
donations.
All right.
No doubt.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.